Ready. Uh,
Good evening. Happy Monday to everybody. Um, lots on the agenda tonight as well too. A couple things as I go down. We'll kick out to some committee reports as well. But want to start with on the chief's report. The first piece you should have in front of you your annual report, hot off the presses this morning as well too. And really what this is just a real basic, I say basic, there's a whole bunch of photos and information inside of it as well too. Our goal was to just make it though as simple as possible and for us to highlight our members as much as possible too. So take a look at that. I know 2025 was a really pivotal and growing year for St. John's Fire District, and we are seeing some fruits of our efforts in what we're putting in and what our personnel are really working hard on and putting out as well too. And we'll highlight some of those today as well. First thing we're going to start with real quick is as you remember, a couple months ago, we had a fatal fire on Wamala. I want to first introduce in the back is Chief Tim Prostotsky. Don't ask us to spell it, but yeah, Tim, native of Pennsylvania, has been in South Carolina for a little while now and is our new chief fire marshal. And Chief Tim's hitting the ground running, doing some really, really good things with that division. One of those good things was, the first identified was that when we have these tragic incidents like a fatal fire, is that we really need to be doing smoke alarm blitzes in those areas. So Chief Tim and his team, Ed Singleton, they teamed up with South Carolina State Fire Marshal's Office and also the volunteers with American Red Cross. And I'm going to let them and Chief Henson tell you a little bit about that blitz, some data behind it, and just some technology things we're doing to help us support that as well too. And would you just press that button? Yep.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Well, thank you very much for having me. Again, my name is just Tim. You don't got to call me by my last name. I know it's a little bit hard to pronounce. But I'm honored to be here. Just a little background on myself. I came here from the West Columbia Fire Department in the Midlands region of South Carolina. Was there for just over a year before I came over and joined the team here at St. John's. And then before then, I was the Battalion Chief of Special Operations in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So big changes for me, but I'm really glad to be here. So definitely want to highlight some of the successes that we had here at our recent smoke alarm blitz on Guatemala Island. So thanks to the generous donation from the American Red Cross, we were able to install almost 150 smoke alarms. Now, to put that into perspective, that's over $5,300 in smoke alarms for what we installed. That was about 31 homes that we're able to enter and install the smoke alarms in. But we contacted close to over 80 homes throughout the entire smoke alarm blitz. So it was a good event through and through, and ability for us to touch the community doing that. It was really a team effort, like the chief mentioned. It was between coordination with South Carolina State Fire and the American Red Cross, who brought close to, if not over 10 volunteers with them from the community to be part of our teams to do these installs. Now, these teams had three components to them. One was the person that's going to install the smoke alarms. Another one is a person documenting the install. And the third, but most important for us, is the person that's in charge of doing the fire safety education. Throughout our installs, we identified that a lot of these homes are using space heaters to heat their homes primarily, and we identify people using their own ovens to primarily heat their homes or other means. So it really highlighted the importance of fire safety education for us and for that person providing that to the residents that we were able to contact. So we were able to open the eyes of the residents that live in that community, but our own firefighters as well, to understand that this is a situation that we're dealing with, and it could be a potential hazard here in the future, but something that we hope to address through education, through these smoke alarm blitzes, through these installs, to prevent future fatalities from happening. Not only on Guatemala, but throughout the district as well. So the impact we had on the community was immediate. It was visible. we were able to touch a lot of these families and also give them resources outside of the smoke alarm blitz. So I especially want to commend our operational and administrative staff that stepped up, but also our own paramedic, Alyssa Haddon, who assisted these residents with coordinating car seat installs, two of which we did today, as well as some other support with mental health needs, primary healthcare support, chronic disease management, and resources for children with autism. So a lot of these people that live out there don't know that we can support them in many other ways other than smoke alarms. So we were able to shed some light on that. A couple other things too we were able to do is utilize our GIS and ReadyOps systems that I'll leave Kenson to talk about here in a second. But we used a lot of different technology to make this event successful. And I'm really glad that it was able to come together with support from our partners and with the people, our boots on the ground, to get this done. It is no easy feat to get a smoke alarm blitz of this length completed, and I'm honestly surprised at the amount of work that we were able to do in such a short amount of time. We'll talk about GIS.
I don't respect, so I was going to go mobile, but I'll be very, very brief. So what you're looking at here, again, to follow up Chief Tim, we're able to use a system. Actually, it's a demo. So the fruits of your labor, when we come to you and we ask for technology and stuff in the budget, you get to kind of see some of the back end of what we're doing with that so that we can make actionable decisions. But Sean, if you'll go to the image, this is actually a product that we're looking for our new budget year that'll be coming up in July, but we were able to utilize a demo. It's called ReadyOps, does a lot of things. I won't bore you with all that right now, but we were able to deploy this form in the field and in real time get information that's fed. You'll go back to the dashboard, Sean, this information. And so real quick, the 146 alarms that were installed, actually, we're showing one less than Red Cross for some reason. But they went to 49 residences and either no one was home or the people denied entry. So when you look there, that shows actual homes that they went to on the map. If you want to zoom in, Sean, in there, a red dot means that they tried to make entry or went to the home and were unsuccessful getting inside. The green dots, which you see, sorry for the color on the screen there, that means they actually entered the home, and if Chief Flanagan clicked on one of them, we can see some information that came straight from that form, which would show you the address, the type of alarms, or if you look right there, alarms installed, 9, which I think 9 was the highest, and we had 2 homes that got those. So then this information comes back to Chief Tim, and he's able to utilize it to make actionable decisions. As a matter of fact, Ms. Durham, who's not here tonight, requested some information that we were able to pull straight out of this dashboard and we can provide her. So that's it. Question?
Any questions on that? Good. Yep. Leveraging some tools. Anything else to follow up? Pretty good.
No, but as we continue to find the needs of our community, I hope to push more smoke alarm blitzes, more community risk reduction type events. It's pretty evident that our community needs these kinds of resources, so I hope that in the future we can provide more to our community. Yeah, I'm sure it's not Jones Island. It's the entire country right now that needs this. Yeah. Oh, I'm open to all their suggestions. I want to get the word out to everybody that these resources are available for them. Thank you, everybody.
To add to that, on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, John down at Council Booth right across the street at the Berkeley election. We're glad to have you there to talk about the fire safety.
Yeah, I was at one of their meetings a couple months ago or last month, the month before, and the leadership of Johns Island Council actually sent out quite a bit of stuff about our smoke alarm programs and all that. So yeah, but we'll continue to work with that group.
Thank you, buddy.
Welcome.
Yeah, during our winter storm, or depending on how far east you went, lack of winter storm as well too. We did have a structure fire in the early morning hours, as well too. And, when they arrived, three-story elevated structure with a fire in the garage area and two of our residents that were on the third floor as well too. And they'd actually deployed, one of the fire safety ladders, not safety ladder, but it's a deployable ladder that, if you've been in the fire service for some time, you've seen them at the store, but never actually seen one in the wild. And this was the first one I had seen ever deployed in the wild. But also, these people had to make a decision because they're on the third floor and they're also, about 70 years of age. So it's a long ways up there as well too. But when our crews got there, and actually a credit to Matt Lomas, although Matt was off, it was his crew, with also Captain Mitchell, who's a Station 2 captain, working as well. They made an audible right away and were able to deploy some ground ladders and safely get the people up the third floor as well too. Interestingly enough, this is something in a scenario that they just had trained on prior, in the last couple months as well too. So we were able to put that in action and, no injuries and save a whole bunch of property. The incident really went well. So, fruits of their labor on, the training ground as well too. We have a pretty good idea, but, nothing incendiary, in nature, more of an accidental fire, but. Yeah, and we had followed up with, town leadership as well. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
Yep, absolutely. Some other good things happening as well too. So next week, and I won't steal Teresa's thunder too much. We do have a recruit class, what we're calling recruit class 1, starts next week, 12 people. We've got a pretty good plan. They're gonna start with EMT and then go into fire skills as well too. But then, mark on your future calendars, July 10th as a graduation date, because that's when they will be, finally done with that whole entire program. Come out with EMT, firefighter 1 and 2, some other, driver things as well too. So a whole bunch of stuff as well. So we're really excited. We have a whole bunch of people internally that are going to help with that class, and help as well. So really excited about that. Some other good things are St. John High School. We talked briefly in the past about their firefighter program. Their firefighter program's under new leadership, and it's been really impressive to see that new leadership take the reins of that. We are working right now through a joint agreement between ourselves, the school district, and Charleston Fire Department as well too, for that program to continue. And it has reinvented itself, and we've already got a few students in the hopper as well too that are going to be starting firefighter 1 soon and things as well too. So some recruiting opportunities as well. But we're going to be partners with them in that, and I'm excited the direction that goes as well too. And also excited about direction. I was able to have pretty good breakfast and conversation with the new EMS chief, Chief Way, last week, where we talked about some things that we're doing, some things they're doing, how we better work together. They're very open. Chief Way's very open to that. He got some ideas on Johns Island, Kiowa, Seabrook, Wamma, the future of that, and what EMS response looks like for us, for them, and how we better work together in those. And he's very open to our ideas and vice versa. So we are going to have a meeting. We haven't scheduled it yet. I've got to follow up with them. For us to look at the data behind that, them to look at the data and see what that looks like, and perhaps staffing a peak hours truck, but they're very open to a collaboration. More to come on that. So, some traveling coming up for our staff as well too. Last week, before, we were in Texas for the pre-con for the high water vehicle as well too. So we got into Dallas when they got 3-4 inches of snow, which was great. And then heading to more snow, there's a group led by Chief Krause and Chief Flanagan that will be the final inspection on the heavy rescue that we ordered, I think in 24, 3, 2, 1. It's been a couple of years. So, but that final is done, going through that. So I'm still working on some equipment for new engine 2 on Seabrook, but hopefully the next few weeks we should have that in service. Also last month, myself and Chief Tim got introduced, and Chief Krause We were able to help the Kiowa CERT team. We led a tabletop for them. Our CERT teams can be reliable in disasters and emergency response in the right areas. So we did let a tabletop, and I'm hopefully got some good feedback on that. I have to ask Steve on that. But it was a really good day with them, and we want to future engage. There's a Johns Island team forming, and Seabrook has a team, and how we better get through that as well too. We're currently working through our budget process. We've got a budget retreat next week, and then it is due to the county on March 16th. So I am going to get a hold of the finance chair and also hopefully request a meeting on March 5th to go over our budget submission for next year. So we're heavy working on starting on that as well too. The awards and promotion banquet we've confirmed is the morning of February 28th, Citadel. That starts at 9 o'clock at Citadel, but I'll make sure you guys have that invite in your inboxes as well too, much like we've done the last 2 years. Okay. Go ahead, James. Knock it out.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you always. I'm going to first start by saying this is all Krista. Okay, I'm just reporting it's all Krista. She is amazing and done so much work. It's incredible. So on the 20th, we had a full-time paramedic specialist start and a part-time. On the 2nd, that was the 20th of January. On the 2nd, we had a part-time paramedic start. On the 17th, started coming up, we've got a certified firefighter, an engineer, and 12 academy recruits starting on next Tuesday. We have President's Day off. All Krista and her panel. So she did an awesome job getting that together. And she's going to be going to St. John's High School Career Day, her and Sam Brown, Battalion Chief Sam Brown, on February 25th. So that'll be a lot of fun getting out there. She's had a lot of great ideas about getting out in the community, more than we have been able to now that we have 2 of us. So that's fantastic. Opening right now, there's no other real postings at the moment because we've just filled all of those. Operation staffing levels, right now, BC's 6 for 6, captains 27 out of 30, 3 floaters are open, engineers 31 out of 33, firefighters 45 out of 54, plus the 12 recruits that are going to come on board, and paramedics 3 out of 3 plus 2 part-time. So been very, very busy. Now the next piece is orientation for all these people. So next Tuesday is going to be a very busy morning here, orienting everybody. It starts on the 17th. We're very excited about it. So, yeah, thank you. Give it all to her. But you can thank me for picking her. That's all right.
Thinking through some data, HR, and a lot of this was before Krista came, even in 2025, was about 350 applications in our system that all need to get sifted through, and it's definitely
there's a lot to it.
Yeah, we're looking at some ways technology-wise we can better handle that as well too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Across any incident statistics that go over.
So looking at the incident responses for the month of January, we kicked off pretty busy. We had a total incident response of 331. If you look on the report, there's 305 of those reported. 26 of those are undetermined at this point. So we don't know if there's a glitch in the system that's feeding into this with this new NARIS. So you may see a little bit off there. But that breaks out to be 205 incidents on Johns Island, 52 on Kiowa, 23 on Seabrook, and 25 on Guatemala.
So January 1st, we transitioned, the country did, well, our region did, to NARIS, which is, used to be called NIFRS, National Fire Incident Reporting System. Our RMS system, where we put our calls into, feeds into that system. The NARIS rollout has been a bit of a struggle between that and our RMS vendor and us. And so the data's all there, the incident reports are all there. It's just how it spits them out in reports is really kind of, am I saying that correctly? It's a little sideways right now. So nothing's missing, nothing's good. It's just how we're extracting that data has become a very big challenge for us. So working with our RMS vendor to fix those. Yes, it was out of date 20 years ago. So new system is, we'll have much better access to data on what truly is happening out in the field as a country. Yeah.
About
It's-
12 years prior to that, Commissioner.
Yeah,
Out of date.
it's good for the country, and it has followed through administrations, which is good as well too. It's just on the back end, the RMS vendors just have to kind of get their stuff in line, so. I've got a couple other things. One thing, with Kiowa River, I'll bring up in our building committee. I'll save it for that and go from there. Thank you. Any questions for me?
Happy Monday. All right, looking at January, our operating budget remaining goal is 41.67%, and we are trending with savings with our actual at 45.15%. Our bank balances as of January 31st include our operating account at around 11.6 million, our eligible account at around 13.8 thousand, our 2023 Go Bond account at around 145,000, and our 2024 Go Bond account at around 15.2 million. In January, our collections included retiree reimbursements, a payment from Kiowa of around 93,000 for the paramedics, and 78,000 from the sale of an asset. Our December collections from Charleston County was around 7.4 million, and our non-standard overtime for January is around 94,000. And then looking at the dashboard for the month of January, our operating expenditures year to date is at 12.9 million, which includes encumbrances. Our base pay is at 81%, and we are seeing a 43% increase in tax revenue compared to this time last year.
Yes, Commissioner Ray, I believe you brought up we were kind of lagging behind. We caught up, we'll see what the big one will be. Obviously this, we'll get that in a couple weeks yet, but, that'll be a big one to really see where we're at, which is helpful because as we enter budget season here, we'll have a better idea, what we can do and what we can't do.
Thank you so much. As with the last two or three commission meetings, I believe it would be appropriate to go into executive session to discuss the ongoing.
Do you want to mention Station 5 at all?
Yes, some good news. We got all of the closing done. The new property for Station 5 is complete. So we got the letter of approval as to the rezoning and the subdivision. Chief Kunitzer signed, do all the closing documents. The seller wired the money. We are done. Thank you all for your patience on that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm requesting approval and our number has changed just a little bit. We made just a couple badges, last minute and added them as well too. Why we're coming, this was in our budget, for this fiscal year as well too. It is a bit over budget, but what we did is, talking with our personnel and staff, there was some, people really wanted us, not that they didn't like the badges we had, but really wanted us to stand out a bit. Badges we had were very just stock basic badges as well too, and they wanted something that, was unique to St. John's and the identity of St. John's. So we put that out for a poll. Our personnel picked what kind of badges they wanted as well too. So it's slightly over our budgeted amount, but also it's over our $25,000 threshold. The badges we want are from this company, so we are basically, moving past the RFP process for this, and we're coming to you to request these badges from this company, for this amount as well too. So all custom badges, beautiful St. John's Fire District with rank, everything like that as well too. So that is the request, and that number, and I know Deborah's got, 27, it just went up to 27,547 with the addition of a few extra badges that we did on that as well too. Any questions for me on that?
Second.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
We had, we had two meetings. good enough anyway. Acceptance, so, yeah.
Not at 5. Don't step in the wrong spot at station 1.
We hadn't heard any.
No, and I was gonna just bring up, and Bill talked about, there's a meeting tomorrow, with some leadership from the county about, there's a master plan developed for that site. As our station has progressed, they want to start progressing on the EMS side, and they have some concerns about the size of our station and location and everything like that as well too. So, that will also likely be a discussion point tomorrow as well too. So we'll report back kind of our findings from there, but, know that they've got some HUD funding they want to spend, as I understand it as well too. So they're trying to progress their plans up as well. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. And David Myers will be there as well too. So we'll report back on that, and we'll keep it moving. That's what they were trying to do. Yeah. But they have. I don't know if our architect was invited. I can't remember if they were on I don't think they were on the invite, but I think, yeah.
Wasn't property subdivided?
No, so we had entered into the lease agreement on the property. As you recall, there was a lease for the $1 a year. Some of the lease language does talk about, the county having the right to, final on plans, things like that too. That was in the agreement. So they're kind of throwing the flag on that a bit. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I will say, it's a shared access, but our building will be considerably bigger than theirs. If that makes sense.
I'm optimistic that things will turn out okay. But if they don't, are we prepared to ask them if there's any difference in cost that might be incurred if we have to change?
Sure, understood. Yep, understood. Yeah, I'm optimistic, but we'll see, because I'm frustrated by it as well.
And as well, their agreement already in place, the county split site.
Yeah, and they've held firm on that. Because that site's looking at about a little over $2 million just in site costs as well too. And they've been forthright about, okay, we will be paying this much of that site cost. So that's not the problem. I think it's just some details and semantics that we gotta work. Yes, ma'am. Agreed. Yeah, they're kind of close, but, you know, tomorrow could. And also there was some things at Station 8 that we were, trying to reduce that footprint, even just from a cost perspective as well too. So, we should have a better idea hopefully next couple months. Sure, yeah, yes, that is another piece of it. It's just that ARB piece and what design looks like and what they know about the station. Agreed.
You got me, nothing to report.
Sorry. I don't think, Joe Boykin won't be there, but it's county leadership, even just, from the facilities people, even above them. So one of the deputy county administrators. So. Yeah, we can have that conversation.
We did not have.
Welcome, Tim. I know why you left. Don't take the last 2 weeks as how the weather goes. You will definitely enjoy the ask what the temperature is. This is even better than that. But yeah, thank you for joining us. To everyone there, you guys are doing a wonderful job. Thank you guys for all. Please continue to stay.
Welcome, Tim. Really do appreciate what the St. John's Fire District has been doing in regard to smoke detectors. I know that all fire departments, a lot of fire departments, some IO and smoke detector problems. Local fire department. He did, and nope. So they won't even come look at it. So We got it fixed.
Welcome to. I want to thank you and Chief Hanson for attending the Public Safety Committee, Town Kiowa, and Tim for answering the questions the mayor had and the council relative to fire safety inspections. You know, from the sort of institution. Congratulations to everyone that was promoted in 2025. Member motion, that's good to see. And thanks. Good feedback.
Good evening, everyone. There's not much more I could say. I don't want to repeat everybody on the commission here. Tim, welcome. And all the personnel, keep up the good work you're doing. For that fire on Seabrook, I did see it on the news, so did a real good job. Thank you.
Yeah, we've had some, especially this time of year, quite a few incidents revolving around that. That's something we provide as well.
Second.
to make a motion to provide a salary increase based on merit for Chief Koenitzer to be retroactive to January 1st, 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, I want to thank, the commissioners for the continued support, and, we are, a great department, and it's because of the people that work here. But I also thank you for your continued support. We appreciate it.
And we appreciate you going above and beyond, Chief.
Second. Aye.